Hi. I wanted to make a video to share the process that I've been using to make little seedling pots out of newspaper. I had a whole bunch laying around and I thought it would be a good way to make pots that I could put right in the ground and they would decompose and have minimal root disturbance. So today I'm using the center of a toilet paper roll, and my Williamsport friends will be very familiar with Web Weekly newspapers. They're about the perfect size for this toilet paper roll as a form. You can really use any tube-shaped thing. The purpose for the pots that I'm making with these is actually for corn, so I wanted them to be a little bit taller, and that way the corn roots could go deeper, and yeah, anyway, so let's get started. So you have your sheet of newspaper, and you'll be using the crease that's already in it. Sharpen that up a little bit. Okay, so we're going to take these two corners and have them meet, so that we're just folding it in half again. And I like to sharpen this crease open it and make a little tear where you just creased, and then that way we can just rip down the center and we'll have two pieces for two pots. So take your form, put it on the very edge of the newspaper. This works better flat. And begin rolling. I kind of like to hold the newspaper down with my left hand while I roll it with my right. This helps keep things a little more tidy. Okay. So now we have to get the form out of the center. And I found that if you can kind of just get your fingernail in there and twist it the opposite way of the way that you rolled, it kind of loosens it up and it can pull right out. Okay, so now we have a tube of newspaper, and we have this flap of paper where it meets the end of the roll. So what we want to do is start here, and we're going to pinch that and fold it inside. Hold that there. And that's why we're holding it. And go around the whole circumference of the tube. So you come back to the beginning. So that's your first fold. Flip the tube over and do the same thing on the other side, starting at the same place where the edge of the paper meets the tube, folding that part in, and then working around the circumference. As you can see, sometimes the edge of the paper wants to pop out. That's okay. Just keep working with it, and once you get around the side, it will, to where you started, I should say, it will pretty much keep in place. But we're actually going to make two more folds, one on each side, and that will give you a really nice, solid, sturdy situation. And you can really use any size paper or form, like I said, that you want to use. Probably you don't want to have too many rotations and layering on the paper, because it will just take longer to break down. So there's a happy medium between it being too thin and flimsy and then too thick, but you could experiment with that and see what you like. That's what I'm doing this year. So anyway, yeah, one more side here. I hope this makes sense, because I'm not really watching my screen as I'm doing this to see if you guys can tell what's going on. But hey, free video, right? Yeah, so here is the finished product. It's pretty sturdy. It can stand up on its own. I have made a bunch of these earlier, and I have these pots from my work, and this will be how I keep them under the grow lights. So I've kind of stacked them in here almost like in a honeycomb fashion, and I'll put soil in between all the cracks as well as, you know, directly in the pots, obviously. And I'll stick little seedlings or seeds in there and see what happens. So, there you go. Have a good one.